Welcome back, guys. Today we'll be ranking some of the primary music genres. I know not every single primary music genre is on here. There's a couple missing, like R&B or reggae. But if a genre is not on here, that probably just means I either have not listened to it enough or I just forgot about it. So yeah. And there is one genre that I tried out on here, jazz, but for some reason tier maker is not working right today. So we'll start off with jazz. And I probably put it in the Oh yeah, one last thing. No subgenres, all primary genres. I mean primary genres as in hip hop, pop, electronic, blues, stuff like that. Not subgenres like progressive rock, jazz rap, melodic death metal, hardcore punk, avant folk, Memphis rap, synth pop, psychedelic pop, progressive pop, etc. Only primary genres. And yeah, like I was saying, we'll get started with jazz, but I'm not the biggest fan of jazz, so I'd probably put it in not for me, but tolerable. Mainly because, like, I don't know, I'm just not patient enough for jazz, and a lot of times it doesn't have vocals. I tend to like music with vocals in it, so yeah. And when it does have vocals, it's like a Frank Sinatra style of vocal, and I just hate that style of vocal so much. It gives me a headache. So yeah, when jazz does have vocals, I don't like it, but even if it doesn't, it's just still boring to me. I never really got that much of the jazz. Even like jazz fusion or jazz rock is not really that much for me. So yeah, jazz will sadly have to go into the not for me, but tolerable tier. It's not terrible, but it's really not for me that much. Even when you include fusion and avant-garde jazz in the weirder stuff. Next we got classical, and I also say it's not for me, but tolerable. Like if it's on the in the background, I don't mind it, but I usually don't go out of my way to actually listen to it. And of course, it being so old to where classical albums didn't really exist, that also doesn't help because I mainly like to listen to albums. But there really isn't. I mean, like, obviously, like there's modern classical music, duh, but most of the most popular classical artists existed before albums were really a thing, or even electricity. So yeah, that makes it inconvenient to listen to. And of course, when it comes to vocals, it typically doesn't have them. And even if it does, it's like, you know. So yeah, it's really not for me. It's too untraditional for my taste. If there's elements of it in like rock or metal or anything like that, that's okay. It may even make it better at times. But classical music on its own is really not for me. So I have to put it in the not for me tier. Next we got metal music. And you guys obviously know it's one of my main genres. I do love metal music. There's a lot of great bands, a lot of great subgenres. There's so much diversity in the genre too. You have stuff from Dragon Force to stuff like Cannibal Corpse. Like you have very extreme and abrasive styles of metal to very melodic, catchy, and radio friendly styles of metal. And yeah, there's basically a metal band for everyone. Everyone can like at least one or two metal bands because it's just such a diverse genre of music, and there's just a lot liked about it. And once you get into it, you just can't get enough of it. So yeah, metal music's great. It is very popular, especially like the more mainstream styles like nu metal, traditional metal, or hair metal. But it is also very underground too, with like the more extreme genres and the lesser known bands. So yeah, metal music is easily one of, if not my favorite, genre of music due to the diversity, the desire to listen to more and more bands when you listen to it, and just the overall vibe of it. And of course, the instruments sound great. There's great riffs, great vocals, depending on the band. Yeah, but the riffs are amazing. Like I said, the drumming is very good, very powerful, very energetic. And they can add other instruments in there too if they want to, like keyboards or flutes or whatever. Whatever you like, metal has to offer. So yeah, that's just why I love metal. It's just such a likable genre for me. Next, we got folk. I'd say folk is hit or miss. Because folk music can go really hard at times. Like, I'm a big fan of Jethro Tull. They're a folk band. and folk can sound really energetic at times and be catchy. But of course, a lot of other times it can sound boring or just goofy. It really depends because folk, like with metal, is a very, very diverse genre. So you could have like Irish folk music, but you could also have like Mongolian folk music. And there's just so many types of folk, which is kind of why it's a hard genre to get into because there's just so many countries and cultures and other stuff like that for folk music. So yeah, it's very hit or miss for me. Sometimes it can be good, other times it can be a little weird. Next we got punk music. Now some people may consider punk a type of rock. Now some people may consider punk music a type of rock. However, some people also consider it separate. It's really weird. It feels like a type of rock, but also not at the same time. And it makes things a little confusing. But we'll still count it as separate for this video, because there are types of punk like synth punk and folk punk and digital hardcore that don't even use rock guitars. Because synth punk is all electronic. There are no rock guitars, it's mainly synthesizers instead. And folk punk has acoustic guitars, but electric instruments aren't used as much. So yeah, you could consider it separate from rock. I'd say it's hit or miss, but at the higher end of it. I mean, punk music can be good. Like I do like some bands like Black Flag, The Ramones, Discharge, Minor Threat, Circle Jerks, but there's also a lot of punk bands I'm not the biggest fan of. Like I never got into the Sex Pistols, The Clash, The Damned, or any of them. And I especially don't like pop punk. And a lot of the weirder offshoots like synth punk, digital hardcore, oi, melodic hardcore, folk punk, art punk, I'm really not the biggest fan of. So yeah. And it's a little too simple for me a lot of the times. I mean it can be more complex, but a lot of the times it can sound simple and samey for me. So yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of punk. There are several bands that I still like, but it is very hit or miss for me. It really depends on the band and genre of punk. So yeah. Next I got EDM music slash electronic music like dubstep, techno, funk, house, drum and bass, things along that nature. I put it pretty good. Electronic music was my favorite genre of music before I got into rock and metal music. So yeah, it does have a soft spot in my heart. And I used to play a lot of Geometry Dash, and that game would have a lot of electronic music in it, along with other rhythm games I also played, like Just Shapes and Beats, Rhythm Doctor, The Impossible Game. Well, rhythm games and rhythm-based games, like music-related games. So yeah, a lot of video games I played, especially Geometry Dash, had a lot of electronic music. So at one point it was my favorite type of music because I would hear it in video games so much, and I would listen to it outside the video games at times. I even still listen to electronic music nowadays. So yeah, it is very nostalgic for me because of video games and other stuff like that. And yeah, it's just a great genre to me because it's so diverse. And you can do almost about anything with it. You can add any type of melody or instrument or whatever you can with electronic music. It is a very energetic and melodic genre as well. So yeah, it really depends on what you do with it because it basically can sound like anything if you try hard enough. So yeah, electronic music's very great. Not one of my main genres anymore, but still has a very soft spot in my heart. Next, we got country music, and I don't like country music at all. Really, it's especially modern country music. It just sounds like pop music, but southern, I guess. And it's so overproduced now, and it's so fake too. It's just like ugh, it sucks. Old country music's okay, but I'm really not that big into it. Never really got into old country. It's not terrible, but really not for me. But new country is just really terrible. And it's just so fake too. It's just like shut up, bro. You know? I just like want to tell it shut. I just want to tell the music to shut up every single time I hear modern country music. So yeah, it's gonna go into the garbage tier. Next we got video game soundtracks. I probably put it in pretty good tier. Like I said, I used to play a lot of video games. I still do sometimes now, but not as much. But back from like 2019 to 2023, I used to play a ton of video games, and video games are just very great for me. They're very fun, and the music in a lot of those games was really good too. Like, of course, the previously mentioned Geometry Dash, Just Save Some Beats, but also stuff like Undertale, Mega Man, Sonic, Mario. All those games had a lot of good music, to be honest. And it definitely goes harder than it has every right to. So yeah, video game music is real music. Some people say it's not, but it is. And yeah, it is good music. I don't listen to that much anymore, especially since I started playing video games less. But it is still a good genre of music. And I still do not mind it at all, really. Next, we got hip hop music. I put it hit or miss tier. Old hip hop I really like Nas, A Tribe Called Quest, De La Soul, DMX, Ice Cube. A lot of older rappers I really like. However, when it comes to new rap and new hip hop music, it just sounds too mumbly, you know. I mean, it's not horrible. Doesn't make me want to shoot myself or anything. But new, like the newer, more mumbly rap, I really don't like that much. And yes, I did try the underground rap too. I didn't like it much more. So yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of new hip hop. But old hip hop I really like from the 80s and 90s because it does have a lot of very good turntables and melodies. And it is kind of relaxing to listen to, especially in like a playlist or whatever. So yeah, old rap is good and kind of nostalgic in a way, even though it never lived back in the 80s or 90s. But still, it just has a good vibe to it. And I still really like old hip hop, which is what saves it from the bottom tiers. But new hip hop really isn't for me, and I really don't like it that much. So yeah, it's gonna go in hit or miss. Depends on the era, really. Next, we have blues music. I probably put it pretty good tier. Probably my third favorite genre of music behind rock and metal, which makes sense why, because blues is like the parent of those genres. Because without blues, rock and metal would not exist. Since blues birthed rock and then rock birthed metal. And yeah, I really like blues music. I mean, it has a lot of great guitar playing, a lot of good vocals. I mean, it can be boring at times, but other times it just sounds so good to me. I usually like older music too, and blues is usually very old, so it also functions well when it comes to that. So yeah, blues music definitely has to go very high for me. I prefer blues rock and electric blues over the more acoustic and raw side of blues. However, it's still a very good genre to me. And of course, it birthed a lot of other styles of music that I do really enjoy. So I have to put it pretty high up. And yeah, I especially like artists like Canned Heat, Johnny Winter, Jimi Hendrix, more bluesy stuff. And yeah, it's just a good genre, especially the more electric side of it, in my opinion. And it was just so influential to almost all modern music. So yeah, I love the blues. Next, we got industrial music. I'd say it's hit or miss, but at the very top of the hit or miss. Actually, I think punk is a bit better, in my opinion. I do like a bit of industrial music, like Nine Inch Nails is good. Front 242 is alright. Skinny Puppy's alright. But a lot of it's just way too abrasive for me. And the genre is just, yes, too abrasive for me. I mean, the more melodic and radio friendly side is good. But like the lesser known stuff, and even some of the more popular stuff, I'm not the biggest fan of. It's just too abrasive and mechanical sounding for me. So yeah, industrial's okay, but it's not for me, not the best. So yeah, and it can be either more rock sounding or more electronic sounding. I usually prefer the more electronic side of it, but the more rock sounding side can be good as well. So yeah, it just really depends. But most of the time, it's not for me, but it's not bad. Next, we got holiday music. This includes Christmas music, Halloween music, Easter music, and that's the end of the thing. It probably kind of is. But yeah, this is like holiday music, and honestly, I hate it. This is probably my least favorite genre of music. I hate overplayed Christmas songs. Every Christmas, they play some of the worst music I will ever hear ever. It's just like, and it's the same songs too. They don't even change it up. They don't even change up Halloween and Christmas songs every year. They just play the same crap over and over and over and over again. Like, how do people not get tired of that? I don't even like any of the songs. I don't like all you want. All I want for Christmas is you. I don't like Jingle Bell Rock. I don't like We Wish You Merry Christmas. Those songs are horrible, and they make me want to die every single time I hear them. So yeah, holiday music is terrible. And if they would change it up a little bit and maybe a bit higher, but since they don't, it just is very shitty. So yeah, holiday music's terrible for me. It's corny. It's overplayed. Oh, did I mention that's overplayed when the holiday does come around? So yeah, holiday music's garbage. Even worse than country. Next we got pop music. It is also hit or miss for me, similar to hip hop and punk. Now some pop music, especially older pop music from the 60s, 70s, and 80s I like. Like I do like the Beatles. They count as pop. I don't care what anyone says. Pop era, yes. Pop era Genesis. John Anderson, some solo stuff. Some solo stuff from John Anderson. I even like pop era Emerson, Lake of Palmer. Yeah, I like Love Beach. And yeah, it's just it's just pretty good at times. Even if it's like an artist I don't really listen to that much, I still don't mind it because it can still be catchy and melodic. But also, some pop music's really, really, really irritating. Like a lot of modern pop I hate. Like I don't like Taylor Swift or Ed Sheeran or Somber or any of that crap, really. It just sounds like the most corporate slop ever made. I honestly hate it. So yeah, some older pop music is pretty good for me, especially pop rock or psychedelic pop. But newer modern pop, especially like the overplayed songs on the radio, irritate the hell out of me. So yeah, this is probably the most hit or miss genre on this list. Like some pop songs can be super super good and like very iconic, while other pop songs can be like just irritating as hell. So yeah, it really depends on the song slash artist. And finally, we have rock music. Now it feels weird just to put rock on here because it's just such a diverse label. It's just such a diverse label. So yeah, rock is it feels weird because there's so many different types, But I still included it, and it is one of my main genres. It is one of the genres this whole channel is based around, and for the same reasons I like metal is why I like rock. Rock is very diverse. There's a lot of different genres and bands and styles and scenes. It's honestly an amazing genre. It's such a good genre, it doesn't even feel like a genre. It just feels like music in general, really. Because there's so many different types of rock. Because you have like progressive rock, hard rock, alternative rock slash grunge, slash post grunge, shoegaze, emo, and of course like pop rock, rap rock, country rock, proto metal, punk rock, blues rock. Uh, what else? Oh yeah, symphonic rock. Like a lot of these other genres on this list have combined with rock. It's almost like any type of rock that can exist does exist. And it's just such a diverse and just great and dynamic genre. Since of course it's made with real instruments, a lot of the most popular songs on the planet are rock songs. So yeah, it's just like a very, very great genre for me. It doesn't even feel like a genre really. It's such a good genre that it doesn't even feel like a genre. It just feels like a lot of different styles that don't sound anything alike put together because they have a guitar, you know. So yeah, I guess just anything with electric guitar, bass, drums, and vocals counts as rock. But if that's true, then it doesn't really feel like a genre because there's just so many labels under that. But if you do want to consider it a genre, even with all the diversity, then it's one of the best genres of music easily because there's so much you can do with it, and the instruments sound very well. And there's so many great rock bands out there, and without rock, music would not be half as good as it is now. So yeah, and it's of course many subgenres too, similar to metal. All the subgenres make it as awesome as it is. Like I said, prog rock, alt rock, hard rock, rap rock, blues rock, psychedelic rock, country rock, roots rock and roll, like the original style from the 50s, post grunge, post hardcore, whatever. So yeah, it's just such a diverse genre of music, and yeah, that's why it's one of my main genres because it's just such a great genre of music that's very diverse, has a lot of great bands, and just sounds very authentic most of the time. Not all the time, but most of the time. So yeah, there's a lot you can do with that. Well, that's my new music genre tier list. Hopefully I did a better time. Hopefully I did a better job this time than I did last time, because last time there really weren't that many genres. And the person who made the other tier list, they did a good job, but it was a little weird. Like they had funk and dubstep and techno as separate genres, but those are all EDM subgenres. So I just grouped them under electronic music because they're all really subgenres. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to like, subscribe, comment below your own rankings, and I'll see you guys later.